important. Okay, so whenever that you're directly speaking without any intermediate or mediation of the Pakistani with the Taliban, they have their own interests. So it means that Pashtuns, don't forget that we have two sides of the Pakistan and Afghanistan. There, I think about between they say about 15 million to 40 million. I'm not sure how it's related to the lost Jewish 10 tribes, but anyway, there are between 15 and 40 millions over there that Islamized. It means that with its Islam conquer 1400 years ago, there are radicals and so on. First of all, we had the Russian withdrawal, and right now, after 20 years, we have American and the NATO troops withdrawal with Afghanistan, and the crisis that are facing right now in America under the Biden administration. Let's put away whatever that we have that the election was robbed by the Democrats, and we have too many cases. Rudy Giuliani as an attorney of Trump, Trump is going to rebuild it, but the Supreme Court, rejected it, and they got to the power. I don't get also to the details of how Democrats, got to the power with the Islamic, with the Iranian, Islamists in Iran got to the power, and how what's the relation between the Democrats with the Chinese CCP? It means the Chinese Communist Party. Also, I don't get to the details of what brought them to this crisis. That it's after the Vietnam, the 70s. It's the great hostage crisis after in 1979 we have in Iran that for 444 days we have American hostages in the American embassy in Iran. That's they were negotiations to bring after the Islamic Revolution. That's it's put away the Shah of Iran. That's for his dynasty for 57 years. The monarchy brought Iran, to push them to the great civilization, and they tried to make the Iran as a secular, and also the increased it was eagle of the OPEC, the Shah of Iran. That's the increased the petrol and the fuel prices. That was what was why in Guadeloupe they decided all these superpowers. There was Carter over there as well, Helmut Schmidt, and German and Britain. That decided that we have to, as soon as possible, put away the Shah of Iran, and they used the Islamists and the Islam Marxists going to get to the power in Iran, and they used instrumentally the religion. The religion is so can believe. So one is Muslim, Jewish, Christian, Hindu, and Buddha, and so on. Each of them have their own beliefs. It's a privately, whatever that you have to respect one each other. But whenever getting to the point that there is a regime conquering and controlling the minds of the people, and they say how to wear clothes, how to put hijab, how to put the burqa, as same right now that using religion or Islam as instrumental as mentally against the people that want to be free, make us think what's the sources of that, and the